Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Jacob Leitz, the Axiomatic Channel, and today's topic is on Stoicism. And pardon me while I go ahead and look at my bullet points here. I'm looking at bullet points and going to elaborate it from the heart. It's how I feel about each point that I have. Stoicism is the endurance of pain, hardship, without display of feeling or complaint, and that is a practice to basically put yourself within difficult terms in order to deal with more difficult terms that show up in the future. And the reason I decided to come with this off of gratitude because it basically it reminds me of gratitude in the sense that you're still living on and being grateful and not being a sourpuss or a cry sack about shit when things don't go the way you want them to go. Marcus Aurelius, who was the Roman emperor and also a Stoic philosopher, had a saying that while everybody cares more about themselves, they always care about others' opinions more than they care about their own. And that holds true. It's one of the best Stoic philosophies that I've ever heard. And that's absolutely important. People don't make it a point enough to sit and reflect on the inside and really care about what you feel for instead of what everybody else is giving a shit about. And what everybody else thinks of you in their opinion means absolutely nothing. To some degree it does, obviously, when you can't go around obviously being a murderer or a rapist or something like that, but I mean, take it in context and take it in common sense. It doesn't matter what people think as far as who you are and where you are in life. Do you, and do what is best for you and those that you love and those around you. And others, of course, do well for others. But in the same respect, if someone has a negative opinion of you, fuck them. It's that easy. A great understanding that shit happens. That's how I wrote it down, how I based it. It's a great understanding that shit is going to happen no matter what. And there's practices in place that can help you to become more of a stoic and more of a person who goes through life and doesn't worry about the negative. The best person that I can think of that I probably don't need to even bring up his name, that most people know this day and age, is a man by the name of David Goggins. David Goggins is a former Navy SEAL. He wrote a book called You Can't Hurt Me about his own life. The man holds numerous records as far as the amount of ultra marathons that he's done. Ultra marathons are anything that is even a mile over 26 miles, but of course they go beyond that, running 100 miles, 200 miles at a time. Absolutely incredible shit. He also is famous for holding the pull-up record. I think someone else has beaten it by now. But the man has done like 4,000 pull-ups or something within 24 hours. It was an insane number. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. But he is the ultimate stoic. The man puts himself through absolute hell every day. He has a saying, "Embrace the suck." That you put yourself through shit every day, and something has to suck every day in order for you to be prepared for the shit that life's ready to hand to you. And I think that's amazing. It's an absolute incredible way of living, and in a strange way being grateful, having gratitude for being alive and giving life everything that you got regardless of the circumstances. Some practices that you can do. Always know that you should guard your time. That's one of the main Stoic practices. Guarding your time means don't waste your time. It's extremely important. You may want to be doing something else like watching television, jerking off, whatever. It's all nonsense, and it's something you don't necessarily need to waste your time on. Your time is valuable, so use your time for things that are more important. I can't say that I'm not guilty, because obviously we all are, but it's something to keep in mind whenever you're in the middle of doing something. When you're in the middle of flipping through Facebook and you're just, do I really need to be doing this shit? Just do something else. Do something else more valuable with your time. control your diet and don't overindulge. Overindulging and eating too much pie or sugar or ice cream or whatever the case may be, overindulging in something is only going to lead to negative results. And even though it's making you happy, it's not necessarily the best thing to do. So the Stoic way of doing things would be to do what is best for you, even though it's not necessarily what makes you happy. Just because it isn't making you happy doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't the best thing for you. Deprive yourself of good things that, I mean, everyday average things that you would normally think of that anybody would do, such as doing something like maybe thinking back to the Spartan warriors. They didn't sleep on beds, which is incredible to me. The things they would do, they would literally put themselves through hell and torture every day. But one of those things was not having a bed. Literally just depriving yourself of that. Deprive yourself of needing to take a shower, take a hot shower, and take a cold shower. Taking cold showers is amazing for the testosterone. It's amazing for your discipline for not wanting, or for doing something that you don't want to do. Taking cold showers is one of the best things that you can possibly do. It's amazing for your immune system, but it's in the same respect something you don't necessarily want to do because you want that comfort of that nice warm water. And I understand that because I take warm showers myself, but at the end of that warm shower, I always take a cold shower just to zap my system into play, and it works wonders. It's an amazing thing, amazing practice. Be a minimalist. You don't necessarily need to watch television all day. Watch it for a half hour and an hour. I mean, if that's what you want to do. You don't need to overdo everything. If you have some ice cream, have a scoop. Don't have 2, 3, 4 fucking scoops. It's not necessary. You know, there's many ways that you can think of to limit yourself from the things that you want to do to a level that's good for you and productive for you in other manners. The coolest one that I honestly thought was view life from above. And I loved this practice. And what you do is not, and now if you don't have a physical way of doing it, you can close your eyes and visualize it as well. But what you can do is go to a point of your city. And I can think of a point in my city up on Airport Hill where you can look down on the entire city and realize that you're just one little segment of that, and realize that you're so small and you're ultimately outside of your life, unless you impact others or whatever else, you're ultimately insignificant in the big picture. And it's very humbling. It's not necessarily something to where you think that your life doesn't matter, because it does, but realizing that you're just a speck in this universe really humbles the hell out of you, and it's good for the soul. It makes you realize that it's not always from your perspective, and I think that's an amazing thing to be aware of, so you know that there's other perspectives out there, and there's more out there, more than we'll ever understand. And knowing that is absolutely incredible. So, with that being said, this has been Jacob Leitz with Axiomatic Channel on Stoicism. Hope you all enjoyed it. Got any comments, please leave some and subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much.